Hello everybody, my name is Cardinals bringing us yet another video, and in today's video, I think it might be the wrap-up of the Pokemon series, but to be honest, I've said that a couple of times, and well, here I am, still playing Pokemon. Yes, I know it's been a little bit since I last recorded and uploaded a video. Yes, I think I went over that in the last Pokemon video. It's mainly because I did have, on Wednesday, I had an upper endoscopy, which is basically they have a tube with a camera on it, and they shove it down your throat, and it looks at your esophagus, your stomach, and your upper intestines. This is just to see if there's any, issues there. My throat is no longer, I don't have the quite the inflammation that I had when they first did the procedure, like looking at the difference between how my esophagus was in the first endoscopy versus the one now that was on Wednesday. There's a very big difference. So that is all healed up. There's less swelling, less of the scar rings, no like actual scratch or anything like that. They didn't have to expand the esophagus and throat because there was no issues there. The ulcer that I had in my stomach is gone, and then everything else looked exactly how it did last time, so it's all, I'm all healed up, and I am a lot better now. So basically why I'm having an endoscopy, I guess I should go over that, a long time ago, like a little over a year ago now. When I was eating a brisket, the brisket got stuck in my throat, like actually my esophagus, but not to the point where I was choking. Like, I could still breathe and talk and do everything perfectly fine. I just couldn't swallow. Anytime I tried to swallow anything, I tried to, just drink some water, and when it got there, it got stuck on it, hit the, like, kind of, like, jiggle the uvula a little bit, and then I would, just cough up what I was trying to drinking, but I wouldn't throw up. And I couldn't, the blockage was actually preventing me from hitting my uvula how I want, like how you kind of force yourself to vomit. So when I would, there would be a bit of a gag reflex, but I would not vomit, which means that it was just stuck there. So I had to go to the hospital, where they kind of gave me like a little bit of a relaxer to my throat, and then I was just drinking ginger ale, and then after a bit, I was able, the relaxing of my throat and the carbonation of the ginger ale, it caused it to just kind of move it well enough that I was able to throw it up. So I was able to breathe again, and then like 6 months or so later, they called me, they said, hey, we need you to come in for an endoscopy, we're gonna shove a tube down your throat, and I was like, okay. I went in, anesthesiaed up and everything, and then, woke up and basically said that I had, really big word, which I can't tell you what it is, but it's basically just saying that I had swelling. My esophagus was swollen due to allergic reactions to certain things, but there wasn't like a pinpoint thing. It's just a potential, like, it's not like, oh, I'm allergic to blank, and whenever I have blank, I swell up. It's like, oh, there's a chance that when you drink milk, it can happen. When you eat wheat, it can happen. When you have eggs, certain types of fish, certain types of nuts, and soy can do it too. But it wasn't like every single time you would drink milk, it would happen. Every single time you eat wheat, it happens. It was just a chance that it would happen. So, I was eating, I had whatever medication they gave me. I can't tell you what the name is because, medical terms are not my specialty. So I was like, yep, I took it for I think it was like 90 days I had it for. So I took it for all that time, and then I kind of changed my diet a little bit. I don't drink milk because I'm kind of lactose intolerant. So I stopped having milk. I stopped eating ice cream, and, kind of lowered on a lot of my dairy intake other than cheese because I eat a lot of cheese, and can't stop me. I don't eat soy. Stopped eating fish for the most part. I don't eat peanuts because I'm somewhat allergic to them. And then I kind of stopped eating, other types of nuts like walnuts and cashews, pistachios. Wheat. That is way too hard to avoid, to be honest. I mean, I could go for gluten-free stuff, but no, that's a pain. And then, yeah, so I did that, and then they called me back in and said, hey, let's have your second test, let's look at it again, see if you've healed. They did it again, I'm healed. So, but I was, they did do something to my throat. So it was like, yeah, try not to talk, try not to do a lot of things. Also, your hand might be a little bit sore because when they were trying to get a IV drip into my hand for some odd reason, you know, they like tie it up on the bicep area. They tie up like a kind of like not a tourniquet, but they kind of tighten it to cause the veins to pop a bit more in your arm. And for some odd reason, their first choice was my hand. So they stabbed my hand, and they couldn't get it properly because I have a fear of needles. So it causes, like, as an involuntary action, whenever there's a needle, my veins will just disappear. And I've got some really good-looking veins, but my veins disappeared, so they stabbed it in, couldn't find anything. Now the back of my hand is really bruised, and it kind of hurts, but it's whatever. And then they got it into my, you know, where you would normally think that they would put it up in like the near the crease of the elbow, that kind of area where, you know, you often see them. So they did that, and now everything is fine and dandy. And I guess hitting D auto pops up the map, which is interesting. And now looking at this, I think I'm gonna have to go to Vegas City at some point because I would like to see if I can't get to there, and I would like to know if I can't go from Mount Starburst to what I would assume is Mount Zodiac, perhaps, because that is in top of a peak area, and I can go back to Fort Belt Town now. Wait, no. It's this area that I haven't been. Yeah, so I went to Welcome Falls, was it up top? Yeah, okay. So yeah, so last episode, if you guys didn't watch it, and I don't know why you wouldn't watch the previous episodes, but basically I had gone into the dimension. I had beaten Mewtwo X, I went into the dimensional rift, and then I kind of, you know, journeyed through there, and then I got to fight Dragolisk, and then Luxflawn came to help, and then they like fused into a weird egg thing that I was able to beat, and then like all this kind of stuff happened, but then Luxflawn used the remaining power it had, because it was, you know, it can't be in the negative world, essentially, because it is the light energy, so it couldn't be in Dragolisk's world too much, and vice versa, Dragolisk couldn't come to our world. So it used the last of its energy to create a portal for us to escape through. Everyone escaped except for Trey, who had a real Vegeta moment, kind of having, like, the feel of it was Vegeta's final atonement, and Vegeta's acceptance of Goku in the also in the Majin Buu saga, where he does the "You are number one" line, which, if you haven't, like, even, you know, if you haven't seen all of Dragon Ball, I mean, I would recommend it, of course, but if you really want to know those feels, it's like watching, you know, Vegeta's character arc, and like those two scenes and speeches are very telling of how he is as a character, especially towards the end of Z. So yeah, and we were able to save Pops. So here's Vasil, aka Silver. Cody, get over here. No. Ah, I think that used to be a Jigglypuff. Now it's a Wigglytuff. Nice. It's been a while since the whole bad story, huh? I don't know. It's all my fault. We were so much. Dear, not this again. Feeling guilty isn't going to help at all. We perfectly know your intentions were far from being bad. We all have forgiven you already, you know. I haven't. Fuck you, Dad. Oh, Clover. Oh, not in front of me. God. Oh yeah, Cody. They just sent this letter for you. Who's they? Aster? I don't know what's written in it, but given the sender, I'm guessing it's something important. Here, take it. An invitation letter. Oh man, is it like the Cardinals? Is it like a, do I gotta go fight them now? I hope it is. That'd be dope. What are you waiting for? Come on, read it. Okay. You're reading this letter. You who are reading this letter have been appointed as the rightful chosen. You who are reading this letter have been appointed as the rightful chosen one, whose duty will be to keep intact the balance between this world and the other. From above, it came to us the duty to test your skills for one last time, to state once and for all whether you're worthy of facing the ultimate trial of Earth. You are therefore formally invited to join us in the highest peaks of Mount Zodiac, an immaculate land subject to nothing but the sacred Luxflawn's limitless power. We will patiently wait for your arrival, the 4 Cardinals. Yep, so this is, I guess, their version of the Elite Four. Woo, that's really an invitation in great style. The 4 Cardinals themselves are asking for your presence. That's amazing, Cody. Yeah, I guess so. I saved the world. Oh. What? You don't know how to reach Mount Zodiac? If my memory serves, you should be able to get there by crossing Route 11 south of Vegas City. Ah, that is actually an area that I wanted to go anyways, Pops. So, thanks for that information. It's going to be a long journey, so make sure you have everything you need before venturing on that road. Speaking of that, I want to give you this, my child. Come on, take it. Ooh. Poggy. That's a Master Ball, the ultimate Pokeball that will catch any Pokemon without fail. I'm sure you will find a worthy opponent on your way that you will only be able to catch with that. Be careful though. If you throw it on a Pokemon from the Xenoverse, you will waste the incredible potential of that device. So, please, choose carefully your target before using the Master Ball. Thanks, Dad. Fate Felere, Cody. Yeah, you could just speak English. You look a bit tired. You should rest. I wouldn't mind your rest. Thank you, my mom. Let's go see if Granny is still over here. Or if they just randomly wrote her out of the game. Nope, she's still here. Nana Flora. Hey Cody, how's your journey going? Listen, did you happen to find a dream catcher? If you ever find one, come back to your Nana. I have our gift ready for you there. Dream catcher? Where would I... Dream catcher. There is one area that I think... like something... I just want to see... am I able to go... it's not this way. I just want to know if I'm able to or not to go to... I can finally go here because... I don't know if... with this little stuff that's happened, if I'm able to, or if the Cardinal isn't going to be there without the Cardinal's approval. Okay, so I have to like actually go to... I have to go all the way over to Mount Zodiac, and I guess hopefully win. First off, I hope I win. And secondly, after that, there'll be like, okay, no, you can't go. And the reason why I don't have Shylock currently transformed is because, if I'm not mistaken, I think if I understood it correctly, okay, they were saying that you were supposed to be able to transform him in battle. Nice. To transform him in battle by not having him transformed, he'll like fuse with the Luxflon energy or whatever, and he'll become like the ultimate version. Okay, so yeah, I assumed it was the case, but didn't know for sure. But yeah, so it is, you know, if you have a better rod, you can catch different Pokemon and better Pokemon. And apparently you cannot encounter, okay, let's see, you can't encounter Pokemon while surfing. I just want to know, is Shylock just gonna come out and be like, yeah, look at this Chongus, dude. Just use extra sensory, but dang, look at my Chongus. He be out here though. Ooh, that's an attacking move, correct? 100% power with 75. To be honest, I'm never going to use Automatize because I really don't need her to attack first. But because, honestly, I really just want her to level up more. You can have this while Maria. So, and I did find out that apparently, I think it was that Eden Berries, you give them to X Pokemon in battle, and then they, when they eat them, they increase like a special attack or something like that. So it's a pretty strong effective thing. And this is what it looks like. Look at him. Ooh, he's got like a cool little symbol down there. And he has Jungle Spirit. Wow, wow. Power up moves of the same type. Powers up moves of the same type as the Pokemon. So wait, so he gets stab bonus, and on top of stab bonus, he's getting Jungle Spirit bonus on his grass and fairy type moves. Jeez. Look at those stats. 200 special attack, 240 speed. Yeah, I don't think that anything's really gonna outspeed me. Starburst! Big ol' overkill on the Gyarados. I feel like that's a way I'd get shot if I actually called Gyarados Gyarados. I am Gyarados. Fight me, mortal, if you dare. Okay, how do I get to Route 11? Am I just being dumb? Probably. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Yeah, actually, indeed. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the right side. Yeah, like, I'm supposed to be like on the bottom right side and I can go to it. Also, I think it's showing that there's something to the left over here. Like a, like another city type thing. Like if you look at it, like, oh, it's just the sewers, okay. Oh wait, hold on a second. I keep hitting X instead of D. Is this Route 11? No, no, no. So you get from Vega City onto Route 11. I just have to figure out how to get onto Route 11. And I would assume that it has something to do with surfing. I thought it was going to be from the right side from how the map looks, but mayhaps that it is. No, it is not this by the looks of things. Wow, I'm surprised. I thought when I first got surf, I surfed around here, but I guess not. Hello, Gary. Gary. Good old Fallout. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but to be honest, I don't know if I will. But I might. I don't know though. So yeah, so I guess Route 11, south. Okay. Yeah, so I guess point of today's episode will be hopefully getting to Mount Zodiac, and if time allots it, although I did spend a lot of the time, you know, like 7 minutes of the beginning of this video of me just rambling on. Ah, there's the opening. It has been like a pretty solid chunk, just kind of rambling on about my medical stuff, which I'm sure that you guys really don't care about, and especially if you're gonna be watching the Pokemon video, where I'm sure you guys are more concerned about me playing Pokemon than hearing that I had a tube shoved down my throat. But in case you were curious as to what was going on and why there weren't any videos, am I not in your path? Okay. I guess it was that Lapras was in the path, but I was not in her path. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are more interested in this. I don't do these Pokemon videos to be a vlog background. The point of Pokemon videos is to play Pokemon, which will be the rest of this episode, because I'm not just gonna randomly switch and start playing D&D or something. Which, bringing up D&D just because I purposely did that way. I am going to be this on Saturday. I will hopefully get part 2 and part 3 of the Cleric up, and then on Sunday I'll go over the Cleric overhaul, which I know I was all supposed to be, you know, Saturday was supposed to be all 3 parts of the, all 3 parts of the Cleric subclasses, and then also was supposed to be on Sunday, was supposed to be the, like, I'm on land according to Lapras, but the game says no. You know, I was supposed to do all 3, but then Sunday was supposed to be the overview of the cleric as a whole, which, you know, I was able to record 1 video of it really easily, but then the second time, you know, when I was trying to do, you know, another basically 2 hours after that, and maybe even record the overview on that video too. This plot of land is very misleading. But then, yeah, unfortunately, I don't always have the most amount of time to be able to record. You know, sometimes I have, you know, 5 hours to be able to record a video, and I can easily, you know, crank out 3 or 4 different videos in one day to go up throughout the week, or to get all of them up in one single day. And then sometimes I just never have the time to record. A lot of the times I don't have to record are like Sundays. I don't always have a lot of time to record. Thursdays after, you know, when I get home from work, because of how my day is. You know, I usually sleep for like almost, if not all of Thursday. And then you know, that's usually how it is. So usually I like to get videos recorded on like Monday, Tuesday, and early Wednesday, just because that's usually when I have a lot of time. And the reason why I don't always have like a lot of times on some days is sleeping a lot because of work, or I have to a special water type. Like I have, you know, work the previous day, and then the next day, like today, you know, I just got home from work a little bit ago. It's 7:53 a.m. for me, so I got home from work at like 7:10ish. So I, you know, just finished work and everything, and then a lot of times, you know, I'm real tired, so I'll go to bed immediately, and, you know, that'll be that. And then sometimes I'll wake up and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna be able to record now. And then sometimes I'm like, yep, nope, it's way too late for me to be able to record. Or the other reason why I'm not always able to record is because of, I live with my brother, my brother can sometimes either be, you know, a little loud and over the top. So I don't want that to be like picked up in the video of like him kind of shouting from a distance, you know, like the faint kind of that, or, you know, banging and stuff from my upstairs neighbors. So, you know, I'm not always able to record on those situations. So, you know, if I get home, you know, 7 o'clock around that time, and like my brother is asleep like he is now, I'll record. You know, I'll kind of like wrap up what I was doing, you know, I'll real quick, you know, maybe get a bite to eat, you know, brush my teeth and stuff, you know, as if I was going to bed, and then I'll record a video, maybe 2, depending, and then I post them, and then I go to bed right afterwards. And then sometimes I get home and my brother is awake and he's playing stuff, and because he's playing stuff, that means that, you know, he's gonna be around kind of making noise and stuff in the background. Sometimes I get home and my neighbors are playing music at, you know, 7 a.m., which is always nice to know that they play music from 7 a.m., they'll play music at 11 p.m., they'll play music at 3 a.m. while everybody else is trying to sleep, and for whatever reason, or the, you know, landlord of the apartments won't kick them out, despite the fact that they have had at least 9 different complaints from me and my brother and I alone, and the cops have shown up to their apartment 6 different times from my brother and I alone. To be honest, the fact that nothing has come about, like no legal actions or anything like that have come about, is really surprising me. But, you know, there's that. Good old Albuquerque for you. They care, you know, more about being nuisances to everyone living than fixing any problem that might appear. But hey, you know, you work with what you can, you know, you work with what you got, and unfortunately I don't get a lot, but hey, I don't mind. you know, the bits of times when I can't get a video out, I get it out. You know, it seems as though you guys enjoy it well enough. You know, I'm not out of you getting, you know, a million views or anything like that, but I don't expect to, you know. Honestly, whoever is the one person who watches the videos, I know Jamie watches a few, but I don't think that she's watching the Pokemon videos just because she doesn't want to be spoiled. So to whoever else, wink wink, nudge nudge, is watching my videos, thank you. It's nice to have, you know, somebody who does, you know, actively give me a little bit of view time. So shout out to you, to one particular individual, and to whoever else watches, because I know that it seems like Pokemon usually gets like 1 view, maybe 2, but it seems like D&D is a bit more watched. It seems as though, you know, more people will want to tune into D&D than to the random Pokemon game that isn't like super well known. I guess isn't one like, you know, I'm sure that more people have probably heard of Pokemon Uranium or Pokemon, I think it's called Pokemon Sweets or Pokemon Sweet Tooth, something like that. It's the sugarified Pokemon game, which is a lot of fun. But you know, this one probably isn't quite up there. I think it also is a bit newer compared to some other ones. But to be honest, I'm surprised that this one isn't, you know, anywhere, you know, like as popular as I think it would be, because I mean, this isn't just like a reskin of, you know, of another game, and this isn't like they're constantly employing exactly what other games or like, do they, you know, have stuff that is from other games? Yeah, obviously they do, but like that's unavoidable. Like, yeah, obviously they're going to have 8 gym leaders, and then, you know, they do, you know, have the 4 the 4 main, like, after you beat the gym leaders and after you do some things, now you can come fight the big 4 in, you know, the older gens. It was the Elite 4 in Sun and Moon. I believe it was that instead of, I think it was like Sun and Moon, that you didn't fight 8 gym leaders. It was that you fought like the island champions or whatever they're called, and then after that you gotta go and fight the kahunas. That's what it was. You fought like smaller ones, and then you would fight the kahuna, and then you would, at the end, you gotta go fight like 4 previous people, like some of them were previous people that you either fought or have met, and then after that you would fight the champion, who is, you know, the first ever champion, and it's your rival. So, you know, they do a lot of like pretty good stuff, interesting stuff in that game. And then in this game, it seems that, you know, return to the classics of using 8 gym leaders, but then instead of having, you know, just no Elite 4, you're saying, yes, we have the Elite 4. It's, yeah, no, you have to prove yourself worthy of, you know, what this whole game has kind of been about, of you being the chosen one, which then, like, I actually really do like that you're the chosen one, because, like, the other games, like, it almost wouldn't make, like, it doesn't make sense, like, why, like, you just want to be the Pokemon Master, but, like, isn't that what almost every trainer is trying to do, is they go out and beat the gym leaders, and then they go to challenge the Elite 4, and then they challenge the champion, and then, like, you repeat, and it's like, cool, but why am I, like, also the one who's trying to deal with the, you know, with the criminal organization of the world? Why am I the 10-year-old kid, and I'm a 16-year-old kid? Like, why am I the 10-year-old kid who's, like, out and about fighting these fully grown adults who are, oddly enough, probably even trainers way longer than me, but have, like, super weak Pokemon and not the greatest battle sense a lot of the time? So, like, odd there. And it's like, why, it doesn't make sense that you would have, No, I didn't mean to do that. Like, it doesn't make sense that, like, I'm a quote-unquote, like, yeah, like, I'm supposed to be the guy who goes out and has to, like, do all these things when it's like, isn't there, you know, maybe, like, these criminal the criminal organization that the whole region knows about and is always complaining about, and you know, everyone's like, oh, it's such a problem that these big baddies are doing all these big bad things. Hey, 10-year-old kid, go deal with it. Like, you don't think that maybe it would make more sense to send the champion out to do it? Like, but no, let's send the 10-year-old to do it, and then the 10-year-old also coincidentally finds like several different legendary Pokemon and get them on their team, and it's like, yes, I just so happen to stumble across all these things that no one else has ever, you know, somehow coincidentally stumbled across. Like, it's not like I mean, it's not like I was hunting for the legendary Pokemon, you know? I mean, obviously, like, yeah, I know, in the game, obviously I'm hunting the legendary Pokemon, but, like, it's not like I woke up as a 10-year-old kid, got my first Pokemon, and was like, ah, great, in a little bit I'm gonna find me a Regirock and I'm gonna catch it, whoa! Like, no, it doesn't make sense, but this one is like, yeah, it makes sense that you're fighting, that you're going to the Xenoverse, because it is directly encapsulated with the fact that your dad was kidnapped by them, and that they are trying to stop you because your dad is trying to, like, get you to stop them to approach to get to him so that he can open the Xenoverse, and you're the chosen one because you have one of the starter types and that you can harness both the energies. So, like, your whole pathing and your whole, like, design of everything makes sense that you are the specific person who can do all of this. Like, yeah, they couldn't send the Cardinals that could go do it. They couldn't get the 8 gym leaders to, like, band together and do this. Like, no, it literally, it has to be you because you have the starter type and we're blessed by Luxflawn. You can harness the blue energies. You, like, were pushed into this by your dad. So, you know, it's not just random coincidences happening all the time. Like, and I don't know if there's any other legendaries in the game, so I don't know if there's a legendary trio I could have caught at some point. Am I able to catch box art, or do I technically have the box art? Because Luxflawn, I can, like, have the astral summoning ability, or whatever it was called last episode. The astral strength on Shylion. When, like, I throw him out and he just turns into that. That's Luxflawn's power. Is that technically me having Luxflawn, or how does it work? Only a few trainers are capable of getting through Victory Road and reaching Mount Zodiac. I've tried entering Victory Road to look for a Cyndaquil, but no luck. I couldn't do anything against those savage Pokemon that live in that wild path. And I also like the fact that, like, the other games, it was like, yeah, the starter-type Pokemon, sorry, you never get to see those ever again. They're super rare. There's one in the world. But then it's also like, yeah, but then I go and find the starter-type Pokemon and stuff like that later on, or other people have them, and, like, isn't it that technically every single kid is supposed to get one of these? With, like, you know, Ash, or your character in the game, I wouldn't say Ash specifically, but, like, you're said that, oh, yeah, what Pokemon do you want out of these 3 starter-type Pokemon? They are your 3 choices. And then it's supposed to be like, oh, man, it's such a surprise to see that there are, you know, so many, like, bizarre things appearing. Like, oh, gee, what are the odds that you know, have your starter? This one is like, no, your dad got these 3 starter Pokemon because he knew about the legends. He set it up to where you got one. Nobody else has one of these. Nobody's, like, also running around with a Shylion. Nobody's running around with a Shulong. Nobody's running around with a Fire Starter. The other 2 starters are not you know, else in the world. They are in that lab with Pops back on the spaceship. Like, everything is, like, so... It's just well designed compared to what some of the other Pokemon games were, in my opinion. I mean, that's probably because they didn't try to follow the exact recipe of the other Pokemon games, and they kind of had like, yeah, this is a Pokemon game, but then there's also the overarching story that they wanted to tell, and they did it extremely well through the medium of Pokemon. It is rumored that Victory Road is full of powerful trainers and fierce wild Pokemon. If you're thinking about undertaking that path, let me give you some help. Oh, thank you. I just bought these. I could see a little bit of my... Did I just heal my Poké Monsters? I think so. So it's like, yeah, I mean... I don't know, I just like how this game has... How Weedle really, like, pushed this game and gave it its proper plot and movement and their design of everything. It's phenomenal. So, if you manage to get here on your own, this means that you're a respectable trainer. Now, one last walk is waiting for you. The Victory Road, the path that leads to the highest stars in the sky. What do you say, Gramps? Ooh, time out. Ooh. Ooh, damn, that is some good music. Hey there! I have to assume it's Alice. Not Alice in the slightest. Oh, who are you?
Are you heading to Mount Zodiac too? If that is the case, could you please point me the way? I'm afraid I've gotten lost. Oh, I truly thank you. If it weren't for you, I would have been wandering around these woods in a daze, and I never would have forgiven myself for such a shame. You see, I just came down from the cold North Mountains to carry out an important assignment over here. The crossing from Borealis Town to here was longer and more arduous than I hoped.
Oh, I'm assuming that she's probably... You don't know how to... Yeah, that's probably like that northeast... northwest. The northwest snow area that is... I was saying, oh, I'd like to get up here too. It is past Mount Starburst. I would assume that that's what she's referring to, and I would also assume that the important business she has is she's probably the fourth Cardinal, because I've met 3 Cardinals with Grandpa Abraham, Papa Chutu, I think was his name, if I'm not mistaken, and then the one that we met last episode, whose name I don't remember, but I think it started with a W. He was also one of the Cardinals, and we have not met the 4th Cardinal, so I'd assume that it's her, and she is like water, because we have fire, land, wind, and now you? Like if they were based off like those 4 elements, then you would be water?
Question mark? What do you say? You don't know how to reach Borealis Town? Well, it's not that easy to reach there actually. So, beyond Mount Starburst extends a winter wonderland. I live there. If you ever want to stop by, you know how welcome you are after the help you gave me. Forgive me, but I have something else to focus on now. Thanks again!
Yeah, so I have to assume that she is the last one. You know, I was kind of hoping to see some, like, real spooky, not spooky, but, like, unique, like, real big, intimidating looking Pokemon right off the bat. I mean, I know it's literally the first Pokemon I saw, but still. It is Victory Road, an old-fashioned dungeon that history lets me love so much. Yeah, James, we get it. Victory Road is a hipster thing for the old-fashioned, because Victory Road is the name of the very first Gens thing, and of course you run a Charizard. Everyone runs a Charizard. Fuck you. All my homies hate Charizard. Venusaur's the best started from Gen 1. Look at that, you're so stupid, James. Like, you're using his speed down on a Pokemon near 20 levels above you, who if you use a Fire-type move, you would make quad effective, and I don't know about Oko, but you probably could have, like, done a decent chunk of damage, especially if you had used a move like, I don't know, Fire Blast, but what is that? You're telling me that this Dugtrio has a higher than 240 speed to that? That doesn't seem right. Unless you're running, like, I don't know, Choice Scarf, so you go faster. No, is it Choice Scarf? I don't think it's Choice Scarf, I think it's something else. But, like, you're running something that makes you go faster, but you're locked into it, and you're locked in with Sandstorm. Yeah, well, because the crossing won't be any easier. I don't know why that's James's voice. It annoys me. Just something about him is a general nuisance to me. Obviously, I want you to run around and explore first. Coin. If I'm not mistaken, coin actually gives a chunk of XP. Starburst! But yeah, I think he's like the Snorlax of the game, where like he's a fairly decent Pokemon, but yeah, even at like the lower level and that he doesn't level up or anything, he actually gives a pretty decent bit of XP. Do you already have coins or something? Said he dropped a coin, right? It's not that that coin dropped something. It might have said you got a pearl from coin. That's probably what it was. Yeah, it's probably that I got a pearl from the coin. Because I think that the coins have a chance to drop money upon defeat, like items that you sell for high value. Like the pearl, which sells for a pretty decent price, and you can probably also get like nuggets and big nuggets and anything else that might be money. Yeah, picked up a pearl from coin. Yeah, coin wouldn't drop itself. Duh. Never look away from your opponent, even when bowing. Yeah, that is how a lot of them work. Is that you'll have that when you bow, you don't completely like drop your head and look at the ground. You kind of like face. You know, your head is slightly tilted up so you can see them. Use a fairy type move against your paladin types because it's super effective with. See, I'm learning. I remember that fairy is strong against fighting. Took me a while to figure that out, but I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So, dope. Cheshire learner, just life can let us down, but we must choose if we're getting up or not. Depends, to be honest. Like, am I comfortable where I'm laying? Or like, you know, is there like a reason to get up? Or like, can I take a nap real quick? Cause I ain't gonna lie, any excuse to nap is a good excuse. I'm really lazy. So, but yeah. So it seems like hopefully I'll be able to get out of the mountain at least. Will I be able to get? I mean, hopefully I'll get out of Victory Road, not the mountain. Hopefully I'll actually be able to get to Mount Zodiac. I probably won't be able to do the Elite Four stuff. I thought this was gonna end like I think 3 or 4 episodes ago. I was like, oh, it's the beginning of the end. So I thought it was gonna be like that episode and then the next one, and like that would be it basically. But nope, it just keeps going and going and going. And then like I know I'm gonna have an episode or 2 after this. Like, golly, dude. Like, I know that I'm gonna have to do, you know, obviously the actual battle itself, the Elite Four, quote-unquote Elite Four battle I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna still have to do, what else do I probably will still have to do? I still have like the Mountain Zodiac diorama thing that I want to do. I don't think I'll do like the smaller, I love that sound. Like, I don't think I'll do like the smaller sub-quest type of things when it's like, oh hey, can you bring me a, you know, do you think would you be willing to trade me this Pokemon to give for a Alolan version? You know, like, give me a Geodude and I'll give you an Alolan Geodude. And it's like, yeah, I could go do all of those, but like, at the same time, I don't, like if I would run one of those Pokemon, then yeah, I would have done it at that point. Like, if I wanted an Alolan Geodude, you know, an Alolan Geodude to Alolan Golem on my team, then yeah, I would have done that super early on. You know, when I first got all of those miscellaneous little, you know, prompts that I saw from all those people, I would have been like, yeah, I would love that Pokemon on my team, but, like, yeah, they'd be cool to have on my team, but to be fair, like, going out of my way, especially now that, like, I've basically already completed everything, it's kind of like, is it really worth it to regular fire type? Like, is it really worth going back to find all of the Pokemon, which I would assume that each of the Pokemon are literally just, you know, I would like a Meowth, I would like a Geodude, I would like a Sandshrew, a Vulpix, Diglett, and whatever else had an Alolan form. Grimer, I think? You know, like, I'd have to go back and find, you know, each of those so that I can then, as the harder part, I would have to go and find the people who wanted those items, which, like, finding the Pokemon, probably fairly easy, because, like, I mean, like, Geodude, just go to a cave, realistically, you know? Like, not all caves, but, like, earlier on caves or something. But then it's like, maybe finding, like, a Vulpix or a Grimer wouldn't be quite as easy. I'm talking about a Grimer, like, I know I can find a Muck pretty easily, but I don't think it's quite as easy to find I don't know where I'd find a Grimer off the top of my head. So it's kind of like, yeah, finding all of these miscellaneous pocket monsters, and then having to go and find the person who was like, hey, it'd be really $59 if you brought me this, I'll give you a different variation, which essentially, like, the Alola Pokemon, in a sense, Alola Pokemon are this, like, have the same sense of the X Pokemon, because they're exactly like the other one, except for one slight difference, that being the fact that they are the slight difference is that, like, part of their typing is different. You know, this Geodude is, I think it's like a steel electric type or something like that, like some crazy thing, and like the Sandshrew is an ice type instead of ground, the same with Vulpix is ice instead of fire, and it's like, yeah, it's actually all really cool, but like, this game's already, like, I know that it just wanted, like, to include a bit more, and it's actually really cool that they did, but like, at the same time, this game's already got the X Pokemon, which is here's a Pokemon that you've seen all these times and constantly, and you know about it, but rechange it slightly in just one little way. So, what do you guys think? And it's like, hey, it's cool, I like what you do with the place, but like, I actually kind of like the X Pokemon a bit more than I like Alolan variation. Like, solely for the fact because it makes a lot of sense that they changed in that way. Like, I'm not saying that the Alolan changes, you know, like, why they changed into what they did doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it's kind of like, oh, I think Blissey's a fairy type, so I actually could have just rocked. I should have been using grass type. What am I doing? Yeah, that's right. Blissey is a especially defensive. Actually, just a defensive Pokemon overall. Let's throw out the wall versus the wall. So, like, the Alolan Pokemon is like, oh yes, here's my Meowth. Because we pampered it a little bit more, it became, you know, like, kind of ugly looking, to be honest. And like, yes, because we did all this stuff with it, this is what it looks like now. And it's like, yeah, but why exactly did that Diglett randomly grow hair? Like, Surfer Bro hair? Like, that's the point that I wanna know about, because that is very bizarre. That your first instinct, your choice of how do we make this, you know, the older Pokemon more unique? Yes, let's make the very common Pokemon of Diglett have hair, and I like turning the Vulpix into ice, but you also turned Sandshrew into ice. Why did you choose both of them to be ice-type Pokemon? Like, if you, like, the Vulpix becoming ice is really cool, because, like, that's an opposite, a thing, you know, opposite of it. Like, it's really cool that fire, but based on this area, rather than, you know, being all fire and, like, all like that, it became ice. Well, why did, like, the ground also makes sense to become ice, but you could have done something else. Like, I don't know exactly off the top of my head, you know, another thing you could have done. Maybe not chose Sandshrew, because, you know, or either, like, don't choose Sandshrew or don't choose Vulpix. Honestly, what I think, in my opinion, would have been a better idea is that if you're gonna choose Vulpix, Vulpix has always been linked with Growlithe, so why not change the Growlithe to another typing? Why not change the Growlithe to a water type variant or something? So that you could have had the 2 fire types turn into an ice and a water type. Or had the Vulpix and Growlithe both be ice types. Then it's like, yeah, they're constantly being linked together. They're both like their gen-specific Pokemon, or yeah, gen-specific ones. Like, you could only catch one of them in red, you could only catch the other one in blue, so you had to trade at some point in order to have all of them or something, and he just killed himself. And then, you know, stuff like, they both need the Firestone to evolve, and they've always had that kind of, like, that connection to each other through all of these different beings. But then, for some odd reason, you chose to have the, like, Alolan change be that you changed the, a Sandshrew to have, like, the similar feel of, like, that linked to each other, because they're both the Gen 1s that got a change to Ice type. Like, that's like the one thing that it is. Why did you choose to have both of these Gen 1s change to Ice when you could have chose something else that could have been better? Like, imagine, you know, Growlithe and Arcanine as an Ice type. You know, you have like how amazing Alolan Ninetales looks. Imagine how amazing Alolan Arcanine could look with, like, the, like, light blue texture being like the orange red of its fur being turned to a nice light blue of ice, and then giving like a less fur and more snow appearance to the white areas. So it's less of like a white kind of like staticky, I would say, not like electricity static, but like it's like you floofed it up with static, so it's kind of like, you know, spiked up and sticking from static, and you changed that into like a more snow-based appearance. Oh, I think that's the evolution of what are the King Excalibur, I think it is. You gave it like the King's Crown and turns into that. But like if you had turned, you know, the Arcanine could have looked so good because, you know, like the very majestic appearance of Ninetales. Well, you always kind of had that like counterbalance between the two because it was the very like majestic appearance and a majestic feel of Ninetales and Vulpix. They were always like kind of like softer, gentler, you know, higher class style of appearance. And then Arcanine and Growlithe were always like, you know, they were like a pure dog. They were like super aggressive. They were, you know, running around, barking all like this hyper energy. So like they had the very over the top spastic. One was like the gentleness that fire could have, and the other one was the aggressive parts of fire and heat. So they easily could have they could have easily kept that with that. They could have had, you know, like how amazing Vulpix and Ninetales look, with their ice being more of the. Oh, I didn't even realize what you were throwing out. Whoops. Like it could have been like that real. Here's the. Now I can't escape because you have to use Whirlpool. Really? Like a really majestic style of thing of what Vulpix looked like. And then you could have just also gone and been like, hey, yeah, this really nice looking Pokemon. Well, also look at the variation of Arcanine, seeing the fact that it is the aggressive parts of the cold, like the very kind of terrifying, like it's the like tips of its fur or even, you know, colder than the rest of it, and it has like that very like threatening feel, which is what Arcanine compared to Vulpix always was. It was always the kind of like terror of fire type of thing. So it's like the terror of ice and of snow and of the cold. Like I'm sure there's, you know, art out there of what that would look like, you know, of a seriously, of an ice version of Arcanine in like that very nice kind of scary feel. If it hasn't, and somebody wants to, you know, use the idea to be like, hey, okay, let's envision what that would look like, you know, maybe rather than what other people have done, where it's like, oh, well, they just put like a light coat on it, and they basically just said, oh yes, this is blue and orange. Well, we'll just change it to, or blue and orange, well, the orange to blue, and the white will just slightly change it, like, you know, keep with the theme of, like, having it really, rather than just, you know, orange become blue, it becomes, oh yeah, it becomes, like the really hardened ice gold, like ice feel of the orange, you know, really going from like a kind of deeper blue of ice to like a slightly more, like from the darker blue and stuff, like the darker blue all the way to like the tips of white, almost like translucent in a sense, like appearance to it. So like seeing that, and then the white of the fur that Arcanine usually has becoming become like a more snow-like feel, and more almost like it's been stepped in, almost like it is a disturbed snow. It isn't like a calm white feel. It is like it's been kicked up as if it's like snowstorm style of feel. So it has that more like activity, more of like movement based. Like that's just, you know, that's just what's in my head, and especially that's just what's in my head right now, just because I'm on, you know, on the topic of it. But I mean, I would love to see what that looks like, and if I could stop running into things literally the step before the ladder. Like, you guys are puppy guarding the ladder, and I don't appreciate it. I just want to know what's up. Pocket Monster Tag. This might be the last thing I... Hey, Golem. Just bothered by your presence. Let's see, am I gonna have to start avoiding? Great. Time to find handy dandy notebook and the handy dandy pencil. So this one. Come back to surf area in Stiletto Town with key. Well, I don't think I found the key yet, and I don't remember what that is. So hopefully I will get that at some point, so I can go do it. Alright, well, let's try left. Okay. Goodbye, Golem. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk to all of you, but... Rud. How's your rock slide all of a sudden? Alright, not left. Oh, do we really have to go over this every single time? That's just annoying. But yeah, that Arcanine design, if I was able to do art, then I would definitely, that's the T-Tar. Oh. Oh, so I'm trying to find golems. Okay, so I'm trying to, oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I thought it was more that I was trying to, like, golems would set me back, but no, I actually am trying to find golems each time. I'm gonna label this golem 10. So if I ever get, you know, asked by someone, hey, what's the correct pathing, I will just be like, oh yes, the golem den, it is left, and then something. But yeah, but like, just that thought, that appearance in my head of like that type of Arcanine it looks really good in my head, because I have the design in my head. I can't draw it out because art isn't my specialty, but if somebody who does watch this, you know, goes, oh, you know what, you're right, Cody, that seems really cool, I'll do it, then please do, and maybe send it my way or something, because I would love to be able to see it. You can find me on Twitter. It'll be, just look up my name of CodyBear528. You'll know it's mine because it's my logo drawn by Jamie. She drew a beautiful rendition of it. So I currently have that as my Twitter logo, and I've had it, I mean, it's not just currently, it's probably going to be my Twitter logo for, I mean, a pretty long time. I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. So, if you do want to go and follow me, you can follow me, like, you know, by finding me like that. I'm also on Instagram under the same name, except I think on Instagram it is my normal logo. It is just the one drawn by my friend Heidi a fairly decent time ago at this point. I mean, it would have been probably like senior year or so. I'm gonna guess right. Hey. Okay, so left, right. Man. Oh, Jesus. This one. It's gonna be a pain. So, yeah, if you do want to follow me on the little bit of social media that I do use, I mean, there isn't like anything on them at the moment because I don't really do too much with social media. I'm sure if like I really had like a bit more of a following, then you know there would be reasons to like to make posts, especially on like Instagram and Twitter. I could actually do like update posts, be like, oh yeah, sorry guys, no video today because, you know, I'm sick, or no video today because I couldn't get like a time for an upload. Well, that was the, yeah, okay. It's like, yeah, you know, so you guys, you know, later on, it's not like, oh geez, why is there no upload today? You know, it's like, oh, okay, there's no upload because of this reason, or it'll be a later upload today because of this reason, double upload because, you know, blah blah blah, all these different, you know, possibilities for things. I want to know, is there any indicating thing that might tell me? No, he goes straight down the middle, and I'm assuming that, I was gonna say, I'm assuming he didn't go straight down the middle, but looks like he's straight down the middle. Yes, please, Golem, because I assume that there's not really gonna be anything else. He says, not really wanting to check. There usually could be. I mean, like, a lot of the times there's like an item or something in there that you can find randomly, but I I'm not going to be hunting through every single thing to find it. If you can survive Blast, because it's not going to be super effective, I thought it would kill, but in the off chance that it didn't, or if it had Sturdy, then I would have caught it. So, but alrighty. So then that does it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, then consider hitting the like button and commenting down below what you guys did enjoy, so I can continue doing it to continue making the videos as well as I have been. If you guys didn't like the video, then go ahead and dislike it and comment down below what you guys didn't like so I can improve upon it to make the videos better for y'all in the next one. If you guys want to know when I upload, then the best way to know is by subscribing. But that does it for this video. Until next time, bye guys.